Alright guys, I am back with another video, and this is just gonna be a small little video talking about Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition. I found this list that went over some of the features that we can expect in the game, and I thought why not go over them and potentially put in my own inputs on what I want to see in the game. So first things first, we got the 4K textures, and that was one of the things we already went over and we all expected to be in the game. But going over the collectibles, we have the relics, the mosaic gallery, additional skins, new standees, and more achievements. The relics were something we saw in the Xbox leak, and I was so excited to see these return as I never got the chance to actually play the Vita version and collect these. In one of my prior videos, I did say if they ever made a modern day port for this game that they should include the relics. And while it doesn't seem like they're gonna be adding any brand new ones, I'm just still glad that they're here in general. The mosaic gallery is also making a return as mentioned, but it seems like they're only adding Rayman and Glowbox and not gonna add any more additional ones, which is a bit disappointing. In my other video, I did mention that I would like to see maybe ones for the teensies or the fairies, but I guess they're just not gonna do it. We also got 18 additional skins, now bringing the total up to 34, which was expected. I did mention that they probably could bring over some of the skins they made for later games and put them in here, and while I usually only play as Rayman, it's gonna be exciting to see what new costumes they added. We also got more standees, which is gonna be a nice addition to the game. As you already know, whenever you beat a stage in the original game, you only get that one standee that you see over and over again. But here they're gonna include 50, which is a pretty big number if I'm being completely honest. I was somewhat expecting there to be maybe like 10 or 20 standees, but to go for 50 is pretty big. We also got the achievements, which is probably the lamest one here if I'm being honest, as these achievements are tied to Ubisoft Connect, and while I still imagine they're gonna be there for PlayStation and Xbox, you honestly could not pay me enough to care about Ubisoft Connect. When it comes to quality of life features, we have the ability to skip cutscenes and speed up the ending of the stage, a toggle button for running, controller remapping, and haptic feedback for your controller. Now the last two things are pretty standard, you know, stuff you would actually expect in a remaster like this. I guess if you're a speedrunner or if you gotta do like the time trials in the game, having a toggle for running could seem pretty important, but me personally, after playing this game so many times, I don't think I really need it. But skipping cutscenes and speeding up are pretty big in my honest opinion. Now granted, there aren't that many cutscenes in the game to begin with. I think there's like a total of maybe like 2 or 3 cutscenes and that's about it, but being able to speed up the end of the level is so huge. I actually replayed the game not that long ago, and having to sit through that end scene gets a little bit tiresome after a while, and it's especially annoying if you have to replay the stage in case you ever miss something. So having this quality of life feature is going to be so important moving forward. We have a few more features in the game with the addition of Murphy's Assist, the gold and diamond hearts, and the fairy's blessing. Now we saw the Murphy stuff in that one Xbox image, and in my previous video talking about this, I thought that they were going to do Murphy stages like they did for Rayman Legends, but as the title says, he's going to act more like an assist mode, pointing out things that you missed on your first time playing a stage. We also saw the hearts in the Xbox images, and I didn't know what these were going to be at first, but as it says here, it seems like they're going to be able to protect you more, with the golden heart taking 2 hits and the diamond heart taking infinite hits, which seems pretty broken if I'm being honest. I don't know if I would ever use something like that, but it does seem like you can choose which one you want, so you don't really have to go with these if you don't want to. Now the fairy blessing is something we didn't know about, and as it says here, it says you'll be able to become nearly invincible, gain free flight, and damage enemies as you move through them, which is pretty broken if you ask me. Once again, I don't know if it's something I would really use, but at that, it is an option in the menu. But if you play this game enough times and know how the stages go, then you probably won't need this to begin with. Lastly, we have this stuff for the Snoring tree and how it's going to be expanded in this game, and here it says that we're going to have a concept gallery and a standee viewer. The standee viewer is pretty self-explanatory, but for the concept gallery, it says that we're going to have 70 plus concepts from this game, all of which are going to be unlocked from collecting lums, and you're gonna be able to see them all in a playable gallery level. So yeah, that's about it for all of the stuff we know about this game. Personally, I'm pretty happy with all the stuff they're gonna be bringing to this game. I still wish that the mosaic galleries did get extended out a little bit more, as well as a possible new stage or two, but if their goal is to try and keep it as close to the original as possible, then I can't really complain too much. But with that, that's gonna be the end of the video, and I've gotta say, I really do love the amount of love and support I've been getting the past few days for these videos. And I know this really isn't the time and place for this, but if I'm being completely honest, this is the most fun I've had with YouTube in a long time. And while I am about to go on a vacation really soon, so videos might slow down a little bit, I still want to upload some videos before that happens, because as I mentioned before, this is probably the most fun I've had ever since I started this journey of mine. But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time.